Hey guys, Pete Tverdov here with Tverdov Housing. I'm here to give you the New Brunswick housing market update for Q3. I was going to pretend to memorize it, but that wasn't happening. A lot of data, so I got some notes here. I want to go through it with you real quick. So Q3 was very interesting to track, fun to track. On the single family side for the entire quarter, average closing price was $351,000. And if you look in the white box, Q2 showed $361,000. So we're down 3% quarter to quarter. So what does that really mean? I don't know. I think one thing to point out is we happen to see a lot of condos that were selling this quarter versus last quarter, so that could have like dragged the number down a little bit because there's also like different price discrepancies with what type of condos. You know, when you have like condos on Spring Street versus some other condo communities that are a lower price of entry. So that was something to note. Average days on market 41 days for the quarter. Also, that's higher than Q3, so that's like another 10 days of days on market. So showing that maybe things are a little bit slower. However, list price to sales price ratio 103.5% in Q3. So on average, everything going above asking price. That did not happen in Q2, although it was very, very close. And then the other thing to note, 27 closed deals in the quarter. Q2 had more closed deals. So overall, very interesting on the single family side. I think maybe what's happening is you're seeing some realtors listing their, well, not just the realtors and owners listing the homes a little bit more aggressively and then getting over asking, but overall, like the average is down a little bit. And I think that does have to do with the rates. Like me personally, when I am meeting with you owners out there, I'm explaining that to you and trying to verbally bash it into your head sometimes, like, hey, the rate's 8%, 8.5%, 7.5%. Like, this is way different than it was even a year ago. Now on the multifamily side, data could be a little bit more erratic because there's not as much deal flow out there. The average closing price in Q3 was $526,000. Average days on market was 64 days, double what it was in Q2. So Q2, I think it was only 31 days on market. But Q2 was erratic because we only had 5 deals closed the entire quarter, which is just crazy. This quarter, we did have 15 deals closed, and the average list price to sales price ratio was 101.4%. So multifamily, I think the multifamily side is more sensitive to the rates increasing, because what we saw in Q2 was list price to sales price ratio 107%. That's Looney Tunes. And now it's only 101%. So what does that mean? Stuff's still going over asking price, okay? But I am personally seeing in that space that people are doing the math. They're like, this makes no sense. Like, I won't make money if I buy this property. So what we are particularly seeing at our brokerage, more 1031 exchange buyers on the multifamily side, more cash buyers on the multifamily side, and those who are buying multifamily, they're putting a big chunk down. Those who are doing it with FHA, truthfully, I have no idea how they're going to cash flow. None. But if I'm selling the property, it's not really my client's concern if we're selling. So very interesting data in Q3. I think it's important to continue to follow anything that comes out of the Federal Reserve's mouth. Fingers crossed we don't have any more rate increases. It's unlikely that they increase throughout the rest of the year, but no one really knows. But I in particular am following the data closely. There's a ton of pressure on the 10-year Treasury, and in theory, even if the Fed doesn't raise, if the 10-year Treasury keeps moving up, mortgage rates are going to keep moving up anyway. So it's almost like the Fed raised rates again anyway. So very interesting times out there. But happy to track the data, happy to report it to you guys, which is what we're going to do every month. And I'm glad you watched it if you got this far. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on YouTube, DM me on Instagram, and we're going to keep giving you plenty of content like this to help you with the New Brunswick housing market.